Hello, and welcome to the Spacejumper podcast. My name is Jared, and I am your host. Today, I have a very special guest, one of my good friends, and a wild man, to say the least, Mr. Jase Miguez. Thank you for coming.
No problem, brother. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
You are always into something, man. Every time I see you on social media, you're like in a different state or on vacation or doing some crazy stuff. So I just kind of want to get a little insight on like this whole lifestyle that you're living. And I know that before your current career, you were kind of on this basketball thing. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, man. So I started. I've been playing basketball since I started playing when I was 4 or 5 years old. Wow. I had the dream. You know, that's when I first picked it up and started playing. So I played in back at home. I'm originally from Beaumont, but I played in Nederland. I played there for throughout high school, and then from there I went to junior college. So I got offered to go play basketball at Lamar State.
Oh wow! Yeah, how was that? I bet that experience was crazy.
It was crazy, man. JUCO's a different experience, and like the talent though is still there. It's just guys that in school I made pretty good grades, but JUCO basketball is like guys that are trying to have like a start up again, like their grades might not be there. So they go to JUCO to get their grades up, and then from there, if they're good at basketball, then they'll go somewhere else. So I started there. Wow. Yeah. So Lamar State was fun, man. I played there for
I can imagine. I never played college sports, but I can imagine the Honeys were there too also.
Oh, yeah. And I come from there, man. So I played there, and then from there I went to then I went to Howard Payne, which is a D3 school up in Brownsville.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Brownsville. Was this like during the how long ago was that?
That was this is about 21, 20 and 21.
This is just a couple years ago. Yeah, they already had like SpaceX and stuff was already moved down there?
I don't think at that time. Not at that time.
Okay. Yeah, I know they started migrating down there a couple years ago, but I wasn't too sure the time frame, and I'm still not sure actually, but it may be something to look up. But you know what's really intriguing is this current career that you have going. So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what it is that you do now?
Okay, so what I do now is I've been getting into the slot game for a while at the casinos.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I first found out actually. So I was so after I played college ball, and then I played professionally for a couple years, and then I played in Beaumont. So. Kendrick Perkins, you heard of Kendrick Perkins?
I haven't, but I'm not big in the whole game over there now.
Okay, so Perkins is he was on First Take with Stephen A. Smith for a little while, and he's originally from Beaumont, so he made a little pro team. So I played there for a couple years, and then from that, I got invited to Vegas to like go overseas and play ball. Oh. So from Vegas, I played in a little camp there, and I got offered. A lot of stuff happened, and it was good. I mean, I got some offers, but the money wasn't really what I was looking for. You know, I thought it'd be a little bit better, but I mean, it is what it is. It was an experience. But from there is when I first learned about the slot game in Vegas.
Wow. Yeah, so how were you introduced to this? I mean, you know, because most people, here's the thing. Most people say like anything tied to the word gambler is like negative. You know, it's like gambling addiction or like, you know, gambling problem. But you have kind of created this lifestyle for yourself that's sustainable, you know, and I mean, it's your full-time job right now, right?
Yeah, man, I do it full-time, but I go probably, it's full-time but part-time, so I make, so I'll probably stay maybe 2 or 3 days out the week, and then if I have a good week, I'll just chill, and the rest of the days I won't do nothing, but now I've gotten to the point where I've played so much, they comp me, they give me free rooms, I get free food, I get all kinds of stuff, man, so basically I just use that to my advantage.
Wow, yeah. Dude, that's amazing, really. That's and so you have like a preference on casino? Like, is this? I mean, you are in Houston, and obviously gambling is, or you know, casinos are, I guess, illegal in Texas.
Yep.
But Louisiana's right around the corner. So is this where you're going?
Yeah. So Louisiana is mainly where I go, but I've also been to Vegas and done it a couple times now, and I've been to Mississippi and done it, and Oklahoma.
Do you have a favorite spot?
Man, I would say. They're both good. I mean, Oklahoma's got a couple good casinos up there. WinStar's a big one up out there in Oklahoma. WinStar's a big one. And then in Louisiana, you got the Nugget and stuff, and Cashada's a good one.
Right.
It's just, with what I know, man, like, I I like going to the Louisiana casinos. From what I know, I do the best there, if that makes sense. Is what I know.
And so is it different like per casino, or like these are the machines like
Yes.
altered, or I mean not altered, I don't want to say altered, but like, is their algorithm different?
Yes, bro. Exactly.
What?
Yes. There is a different algorithm.
I've always wondered that because I went on a cruise a couple years ago, and dude, I didn't win a damn thing. Like, it was so sad. I mean, I was like sitting there for a hot minute, just running some slots, and I mean, nobody was winning. I played blackjack, loss after loss, and it's just like, man, I don't know. Maybe I paid a little too less for this cruise, and they're taking it out on the gamblers of the on the ship, But yeah, man, that's really interesting. So, what kind of differences do you see in the algorithms?
So like on the cruise ships, okay. So if I'm playing a machine, the way I know it works, if I have a certain bet size and I play something, it'll take more money on a cruise ship to win money back. So basically, like, I'll say with what I know, I win very much so majority of the time. But on cruise ships, if I go on a cruise ship and do it, it would take more money. So my profit wouldn't be as well. So if I'm in a machine $100, it might only pay back $150 instead of or if I'm in a machine $500, it'll pay back $750. But on a cruise ship, it's a lot tighter, man. Like the odds, the algorithm. There's such a thing as algorithm. It's crazy, but there really is, man.
Well, I've felt it before. I just wasn't too sure, and I haven't dug into it enough to really know. But you say you're playing these slots, and I know a lot of people are like, no, you can't win playing slots. But like I said, you've created a career out of it. So how exactly? I mean, I know you can't give away all your secrets, but how what's like the general gist of your methods here?
So the general drift, okay, how can I say this? The general drift is like you have to go in anything in life, you have to have money to put something back to make money. You can't go in with $100, $200 in what I do to make money. You got to go in with a couple thousands. And then there's certain bets. It could get a scary game at some, it can be a dangerous game sometimes, man.
Yeah,
it really can.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Is how are you minimizing, you're going in here with an X amount of money. How do you minimize losses there? I mean, is there a certain approach?
Yeah, there's a certain approach. So if I take a loss, then I know at the end of the day, knowing what I know, if I get down $500 to $1,000, I know at the end of the day I'll make that back from what I know. But with what I do is there's other people out there. It's crazy, even in Louisiana, that know what I know, but they're not as strategic as I am, I think, and they get addicted to the game, and they get addicted to chasing stuff and doing things. I make my money. I don't get greedy, bro. I'm blessed. God is good, and I run with it. I take my opportunity on another machine. I do it. I take my win. I take my winnings.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's always a scary approach, because there's no guarantee.
Exactly.
And to go in there with a good head on your shoulders is really important, because I feel like it can take its toll on you. Exactly. It can get to the point where it starts messing with your mind and not approaching this game in a strategic way.
Exactly.
So how do you regulate this? Like, what are you doing in your life that minimizes this anxiety and all these different aspects of being a professional gambler?
First, it starts with the mindset. You got to have a good mindset, clear mind going in that every day will be different, and it all starts mentally. It's a mental game. It's like anything. If you play blackjack or poker or even say craps table games, you got to mentally know that, okay, I can't get caught up in this. So you got to mentally be there first before you start doing anything. If not, it'll mess you up, man. Like it'll be tough.
Right.
So I just try to keep my head on my shoulders the whole time and keep a clear head approach with it. As long as I keep a clear head approach with it, I know what I'm doing, I know I'll be fine. I'll be set.
Are you doing any physical activity and things like that to kind of keep your mind strong?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like a daily thing? Like what? And just to kind of dive in a little bit deeper with your a day in the life of So you're can you walk me through the steps? Like you you're at a casino, you know,
Yep.
like waking up in the
Okay.
in the morning. I don't know. I mean, are you there late at night? I mean, 24/7, right?
Yeah. So the approach is I'll get up in the morning. So machines are fluctuating. People play machines all the time. Casinos open 24/7. So machines fluctuate, and the certain ones that I know about, I can't say on here, but the certain ones that I know about, people play them and they build them up, and basically I know when it's about to hit. So I'll start my day as just chilling and seeing what I might be able to see, minding my business, and if I know
I
something.
bet you do see some. I bet you do see some interesting things, you know, at a casino. Just kind of keeping your eye out.
Yeah.
And you know they keep the alcohol flowing over there too. So
Yep.
yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah, but one thing about that the alcohol part, I don't when it comes to doing what I do, I gotta keep it clear. I don't drink when I'm in there. Just water,
I feel
bro.
like that's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a water with a lime.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Wow.
Exactly, bro.
So you're kind of getting the feel, and you are looking at this, and you have like specific machines that you're looking at.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
And you can't. I mean, this isn't just like every machine isn't like a money bag. You know. It's,
Exactly.
Wow, it's crazy how they like bed these things in with a bunch of duds. You know, it's like finding the needle in the haystack.
Exactly,
you know?
brother. Yep.
Wow.
It's
It's kind of sneaky in a way. I mean, it's like you know, a lot of people don't know that, and I feel like it's almost I mean, that's how they make their money, you know. And is it true that the casinos with the brighter lights you want to avoid, you know, like the more flashiness, it's I feel like that's, you know, they're paying their outrageous electric bills somehow, you know.
Yep. Exactly.
So,
Yeah, man. With what I do, I like to mind my business and do my thing, and me and a certain amount of other people kind of know about the machines, and we do what we do. We take it treat it like a business trip. We do what we got to do. We mind our business, and you know, make our money.
is there any competitiveness? Like, I mean, you say you are aware of which spots kind of will hit.
Yeah.
So is it like, you know, like, or is there ever like a competitive aspect in your line of work?
Yeah. There is, man. There is. There definitely is.
Man, that's crazy, man. That's so crazy. It's you know, I was in sales for a while, and it was the same way. I mean, you people will step on your throat if they can, you know.
Bro, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Same thing in this game, man. There's some ruthless people out there, but I mind my business and I just stick to me, you know.
Man, I think that's the best way to approach life in general. So, you know, at what point did you say like, this is it? You know, this is going to be what I do now.
That's a great question, brother. So after my basketball career, it was done. I did my thing. I made pretty good money with that. And then, like I said, I'm going back to the Vegas thing. That's when I first learned about it. And I didn't know. So at first, there's a certain amount of machines I know about. At first, I was new to the game. I only knew a certain amount. But now I know about 10 times to what I knew a year ago. And then it upped, and then from there, I started making good money, man. God is good. So I just took off with it.
Wow. So now back to the machines, because I find it really interesting. Is this like a certain brand that you're looking at, or is it like I mean, what differentiates these machines? You know, like what makes them different? Is it different makers? Is it different? I mean, like I said, I have nothing about slot machines. So.
Okay, so there is different makers. There's certain slot machines you want to like. The way certain slots will play different from others. That is very true. Some have a higher velocity. Some other ones have a lower velocity or volatile. So for regular people out there that just gamble, you play a certain machine, you're gonna put in your money. You're either gonna lose big time, or you're gonna hit big. And there's other slots out there that if you put in your money, you're either gonna win a little bit or lose a little bit. So the machines I typically know about, you're gonna hit big or you're gonna lose a lot. But I know when it's about to hit pretty. Yeah.
There's an art to it, man. Like everything else. So how do you handle these like inherent risks of gambling for a living? I mean, you know, I know that you said you kind of know when it's gonna hit. Do you also like have that feeling where you know when it's not gonna hit and it's like time to go home? You know.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. I know when it's basically I know when the machine will be done paying out. and it's
Is
time
it
to take your
a
money.
per day type thing? I mean, does it reset? Does it know?
Certain machines will reset, and there are other machines it fluctuates throughout the day. Like I'll make my small profit here and there on certain machines, and the more people in the casino, the better for me. That's the best way I can put it. And then
Okay, more traffic, the better.
yes, absolutely, that is the key. That is the
Wow.
key.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, man, that's so interesting. Because every time I go to a casino, I'm like, nah, man, I'm not even gonna do it. But I guess like anything, there is an art to it, and
exactly. Yeah.
it's just one of those things. And I mean, you've put in a lot of work into figuring this stuff out too. So it's not like somebody's handing you the golden key. It's work that you had to put in. Time and effort.
Yep.
So man, that's really cool. I find your job one of the coolest jobs ever, dude.
I appreciate
So
that, bro. I appreciate
and
that.
these specific machines, are they placed out in like all casinos, or do certain casinos hold certain types of machines, or how does that work?
Yes, you're right. You're on the right track with that, brother. So I would say about 2 to 3 months, certain casinos get these new machines, and with the players that I know, some of these guys and people that I know that do this, the certain machines we can like figure out the method and stuff. It's every 2 to 3 months they'll maybe put in some new ones that we can use that method on. And other ones will maybe be like the basic slot machines that just the regular, like we couldn't be able to do that method on, that come in. But I would say every 2 to 3 months, new slot machines come in. Yep.
Now let me ask you this: are the casinos aware of the professionals versus the non-professionals? Like, I
Yes.
mean, they kind of see you walk in, they're like, oh crap, like.
Yes, yeah, they know, man. Every time, because me and certain people that do what they do around the world, we are capable of hitting more jackpots than the average person. Like, yeah, man. So I've been lucky enough to hit. I think the most I hit about 15 in 1 month before jackpots.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's in 1 month. I mean that's impressive.
So like a hand pay is casino. So slots, a hand pay is anything over 1,200 is a hand pay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's basically called a jackpot if you hit over $1,200.
Ah, I see. I always saw the word jackpot like on the screen, like all the hype against, or like for slot machines. Everybody wants to see jackpot, but
Yep.
I've never seen it myself. I think I won probably like $5 one time out of a machine, and I was like, dude, I am out of here. Like, I'm gonna take my $5 and go get like a Coke Zero or something.
Yeah, bro. Man, the slots. It's tough. Like, even we don't win all the time. We don't. Even then, that's how crazy slot machines are, man. It's tight. It's very tight. Yep.
Man, I can imagine. I can definitely imagine. And casinos don't want you to win.
Nope.
I mean, that's how they make their money. That's how they pay their employees. That's how they pay their bills. So a win to you would be a loss to them. And so my thought would be that they want to reduce that as much as possible. And I'm sure. I mean, are they taking any precautions to like prevent winnings? I mean, have you seen slot machines and like gambling in general change since you started?
Yes, I have.
In what aspect?
Man, brother. So they've got rid of a lot of the machines that I knew last summer. I'll just say that, a lot.
Wow.
Last summer it was really good for me last summer.
Really?
And they got rid of the machines. So they know what's going on. But we try our best, me and the handful of people that are able to know about the machines, we try our best to keep a low-key profile. But they know.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that they would, I mean, and it's not like they could prevent it, because if they're offering this ability to quote unquote gamble, there has to be a possibility of winning,
Yep.
whether that possibility is 0.01% or 50%, so yeah, I can imagine that they can't mess with the formula enough where nobody wins. happens. So I guess there's always going to be that security that possibility is always there. So man, I don't know. It's always been really interesting to me. And the first time we talked about this, I was like, whoa, like I think I went home the whole next day I was like, man, maybe I should start doing something like that, but then, you look into it and you're like, this really isn't as easy as people make it seem.
Exactly. It's not, brother.
So you actually just recently moved to Houston, huh?
Yep.
What? Congratulations and welcome to Houston.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You like it so far?
Oh man, I love it, man. It's awesome. I love the city. So like I said, I was originally from the Beaumont area. And Beaumont's cool, but
yeah, it's nothing compared to Houston. You get over to Houston and there's something everywhere. It's never a boring scene. Right across there's a pizza spot and all these restaurants. They don't close till 4 a.m. If you're not closing until 4 a.m., you're doing something right as a city. Yep. So yeah, man, it's always something. What's your favorite spot, or what's your favorite thing to do in Houston since you moved?
Man, I would say my favorite thing in Houston to do is I like to go out. I like to have a good time, man.
Yeah. When you're over there by Buffalo Bayou too, your apartment.
Yeah.
Man, that's nice. Yeah, being able to kind of go in the park. You go to the park often?
Yeah, I like to run in the morning.
That's like the best time to run, man.
I love it, man. It's a nice view. It's so I like it out here, man. It's different. I go on a run before I go to my business trips with my casino stuff.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's necessary, and especially for me, because I love to run, but if I don't run, my mind gets cluttered, dude. It gets like dangerously cluttered, and I could start feeling anxious and almost like slightly depressed in some senses. But a little bit of exercise cleared up like nothing, So yeah, you definitely have to have a sharp mind, especially when you have money on the line.
Absolutely, brother.
If you're on salary, you don't have to really think too much. But that's the thing, you're limited. If you're working a job and you're getting paid a monthly wage, you're capped. And in your line of work, you can max out at almost whatever you want, and you said you were doing this a couple days a week. I mean, you could bump it up to 5 and you'd be putting in some work,
Yeah, brother, I absolutely could. I could. I know my potential of how much I'd be making if it was 5 days a week.
Have you ever thought about that? I mean, is that like an option to I mean, because I know you live in Houston and making that drive over there would be kind of annoying.
It's a little steep.
Times, yeah.
It's a little steep.
But have you ever thought about like moving to like Las Vegas or something that has like a high density of casinos?
Good question, brother. So I will say this: in Vegas, the competition is steep.
Yeah, I can
steep.
imagine. Yeah,
because that's the slot machines. That's where everything started.
Wow.
Is Vegas.
I mean, yeah, of course.
That's the competition is steep, man. Let's just say I don't think I'd make much money up there.
Really?
I mean, I would be enough to live and handle bills and stuff and be able to have a little bit of fun, but nope. I mean, the competition's steep.
Wow.
Them guys don't sleep out there.
Yeah, that's a problem too.
Yep.
When you have people that know how to do things and they're hitting it 24/7, but it gets unhealthy, So
Exactly.
it's kind of hard to sustain a thing like that. So we're 2 days a week versus 24 hours a day. I can imagine that those people probably aren't taking very good care of their mental health.
Exactly.
That's when things get a little crazy, and especially on a lack of sleep, man. You can't make optimal decisions.
Nope.
I feel like that's an easy way for addiction to take over.
Yes.
You're kind of obsessed with winning a little bit, and that obsession to win becomes a never-ending
addiction.
Yeah,
and it eats at them, man. Like I see people that I know that just stay in there 6-7 days a week. I'm like, bro, get out and live life, have fun.
Yeah, and
there's more to
crucial.
that.
Yeah, how old are you right now?
I'm 26.
Yeah, man, you have a great head on your shoulders, and it's a perfect mindset for the business that you're in. Because it does take a hold of people, and I don't know anybody personally with any gambling problems, but I know it's out there, and
Absolutely.
so a good mindset is so necessary, So how are you managing like this money intake? So is there like you're there, is there like a certain quota that you'd like to meet every day that you're there, or is it just kind of like you take them as they come?
Like quote as in
Like income, like
oh
winnings
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah. Every day is different. It's a fixed income, but I would say in my head a certain amount I like to make per day, and I'm satisfied with that. Yeah.
Man, yeah, and so it's crazy to me because you make enough to live, you know, and living is crazy. You know, the price of life is going up day by day.
Oh
You
man.
know,
Yep.
apartments, cars, you know, bills. I mean, it's really ridiculous, honestly. So,
Yep.
yeah. So, cheers to you for being able to kind of follow your dreams and be your own boss. You know, because that's a big a blessing. You know,
Blessing, bro.
to not be under the thumb of somebody and having somebody call the shots. You know, you're kind of making your own shots and making your own decisions and enjoying yourself too. You know,
Yep.
you said you like to go out in Houston. What's your favorite spot?
Man, I like to go with my friends and stuff. I would say there's a lot of fun spots out there, but on Washington's pretty fun sometimes.
Washington,
But I would say
fun,
Heights Social. Heights Social.
Ah,
And
I
the
went to
Heights.
Heights Social once. Yeah, I was
That's
a
a
little intoxicated, but
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
okay. What's your go-to beverage?
Oh man, I like me a good Crown and Coke.
Okay, all right, a little whiskey.
Yeah, a
Man,
little whiskey.
I can't do whiskey. I'll turn into Bruce Banner, man. I stay away from dark liquor. I'll do tequila. Tequila these days, it's the most optimal for me because I just start smiling and laughing and things are good. But yeah, whiskey, man, I don't know. Things may get smashed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, sir. And just to continue this conversation, what is the most that you've won and the most that you have lost?
Oh man, that's a good question. I'd say which one, the negative or positive first? Like,
Let's go negative. Let's start with negative, and we'll end on a bang there.
okay, I would say in one day sitting,
One day sitting.
just one day going. I would say 2,500, man.
Okay. So you're down
2,500.
2,500.
That's the worst
How are you
loss.
feeling when you're down 2,500?
Man, that day it sucked. But then the next trip I went, I made it back. So the next day I made it back. So it hurt for a day, and then I was able to make it back the next day. So you know,
Do you have like trouble sleeping when you like lose on those days?
man, it's
Or
crazy.
is it just like,
But I just to know what I know, I'm blessed to be able to know what I know and figure out the strategy I figured out. So when I have loss like that, yeah, it sucks. No one likes losing money ever.
Right, yeah.
But I don't stress about it too much. I know the next day I have an opportunity to make that money back. If not the next day, like maybe a couple hours after that. Because if I stay another night, I don't stress about it too much. It does suck though. No one likes losing money. Like I don't even like losing $100.
yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. But yeah.
So on the winning side, what's the biggest win you've had?
Oh man.
One day.
One day, so I say on a slot machine I hit for 7,500, and then I think I got 12 G's because I ran up 4,500 the rest of that day, $12,000.
Oh wow!
Yep.
I'm definitely coming with you.
Ran up 12.
I need to pay my car off.
And one day, yeah, but I do it for a year and a half. But
Sure.
Yeah, but the best in one sitting, 12 G's.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. So on a monthly basis, or is that something that you'd want to get into?
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. So on a monthly basis, I would like what I make usually monthly. I would say if I go 2 to 3 days a week, I try to do this twice. I would say I make about 12 to 15K.
Wow.
12 to 15 G's on a month. But this month has been very good for me. I've made more than that already.
Wow. What is the 20th? Oh man, you're only a 2/3 of the way through.
2/3, man.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, I could go this week. I want to go this week, but I got a lot of stuff I got to take care of. Them. Yeah.
Man, I say we break some records, man. I'm over here encouraging. Yeah.
Let's run it up, man. Let's go run it up, Jared, real quick.
Man,
It's crazy, man.
I would totally do it. I would. My problem would be bringing the money, fronting the money to put down. Because I mean, you had recommended that you had at least around 1-2 bands to go do it.
Yep.
that would be a problem for me and for most people, you know, because
it's yeah, man.
a lot of people don't have $1,000 sitting around. You know, a lot of people don't even have an emergency fund these days, which is crazy.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy, brother. Like, if it wasn't for that, like I say in life, everything happens for a reason. And if it wasn't for me being able to play basketball and play professional a little bit and save up some type of money, then I would have never got into this. So it's a journey, and God's had His hand over it one way or another, and I know He has. Wow. So it's been a journey, man. I was just, able to
crazy how things work out, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. And I don't like I said, we talked about a little bit earlier, I don't like to overdo it, man. I like going twice, 3 days. I like staying in the gym, living a healthy lifestyle, having fun with my friends, meeting new people. Also out there making connects, man. You never know who you're talking to these days.
Right. Yeah, man.
You never know.
Yeah, you do. You never know. But yeah, you never know who you're talking to. You never know who's sitting beside you when you're out dining out. You know, you never know who's driving beside you. You never know who you're flipping off in traffic, which I have a bad habit of doing. But it is what it is. You know, we're in Houston, man. Houston traffic is on the rough side, and you can't hold back, man. You gotta stick the finger up and cuss a little bit, and that's how Houstonians drive. You know, I think I'm a little bit more aggressive now than I was when I lived in Beaumont.
Man,
you know,
it's definitely it's different.
Yeah, and
it's different out here.
You know, the population's heavier. It's real condensed in the inner loop, and yeah, man, it's dangerous to get on the roads these days, and. You know, I'll leave here, and there'll be, you know, my job is about 6 miles from my apartment, and I'll pass 4 or 5 wrecks. So I mean, that's almost a wreck a mile. You know,
man,
that's scary.
It is. That doesn't surprise me, man. You gotta be careful in the roads out here, for sure.
You definitely do. Another good question that I had for you is, you know, taxes are a bitch. Let's just be honest. How do you approach this stuff?
So I got a tax guy, and basically I feel like I'm my own entrepreneur, like you were saying earlier, but I get claimed for tax as a professional gambler.
Is it higher than non-professional?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I can imagine
taxes. Yeah, taxes. But I got a good tax guy, man. So he handled business for me. Let's just say that God is good.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, man. I was mad at my freaking tax guy this year because I got on TurboTax. Like I have a tax guy that I use every year, and I was on TurboTax just scrolling, and it was like, you know, I put all my info in. I wasn't gonna do it just because I'd already sent my stuff off, but I look and it said you're gonna be getting like $1,800, and I was like, oh my God, that sounds good. And it was like, go ahead and click, and it'll like, it was like the pay now type thing.
Oh, okay.
And so it was gonna send me, I guess, the money. Well, I got my money back from my personal guy, and I got like $80. I was like, did this guy tax me? Like, what? I couldn't figure out what was going on. Honestly, I still haven't called him. I'm seriously gonna call him. I'll be like, hey man, look, TurboTax said they could do this for they give me $1,800. So
$80, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. I can't fluctuate that much, you know, like $1,700.
No. No shot, brother.
So he's probably pulling up in a new car or something. I don't know, man. Like you know how Conor McGregor does, like, pull out the red panties. That's what he did. He called his wife. Yeah, he was like, pull out the red panties. We done got this man's tax return.
Red panties.
Oh man, yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'm mad about that. But so you have a guy that pretty much does your stuff, takes care of it, man. That's great. And there's no issues with that. Like, you haven't had any problems or
no.
How do you turn that stuff in? Like, I mean, because I used to be a server, you know, at a restaurant, you know, and I'm not saying I did, but you know, I've seen people not claim their cash tips and things like that, and so I didn't. It's probably not possible to do it in that sense, you know, because I mean, you have like slips, like payout slips and stuff like that. So, no, interesting.
Yeah,
the government's odd, man.
Yeah,
they tax us at every corner.
Yep.
Sales tax, property taxes,
food tax.
Food tax. Yeah, man.
Everything, man. It's government. Yeah, nah.
It's crazy how money runs the world, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I know. I went back to Beaumont last weekend, and I was so shocked because I bought something. It was like I bought like a coffee or something, and they flipped the kiosk around for me to put my card in and whatever. It didn't even ask me if I wanted to tip. Like, and over here, like I got so used to it because in Houston it's like they flip it around and it's like 20, 25, 30% tip, and so it's I don't know. It's just an odd thing, man. Money runs the world.
Man, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, God is good. Money's just a number. God is good. You got to live your life, because I know there's people out there that they might make a certain amount a year, right? But they blowing and blowing. You know what I mean? At that point, it's just wasting the money. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, I find it hard to because I've spent money before and then I've made money before, and I find it a hard line between treating yourself and overdoing it, because at the very end of your life, like money really has no value.
Exactly.
It's life and then death, and then you don't have anything else. So everything that you collected in life, you don't bring with you. And so it's like, man, I know there's a fine line between saving and being I guess financially smart, I guess financially strategic. But I don't know, people that are financially set will pass away, and everything that they've collected is nothing.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
I don't know. It's a weird life is weird, man. It's it's easy to get tangled in the weeds of that conversation, because and some people enjoy the thrill of only collecting money, and so I guess there's also those that have the thrill of just spending money, and so if you don't have that financial backing to spend, you put yourself in a hole, and that's why credit card companies are doing so well.
Yep.
So, it's definitely an interesting thing. I mean, there's ins and outs of business everywhere you look.
Yep.
Whether it's science in my case, financials in your case. It goes deep.
Goes deep. Yep. Absolutely, brother.
As far as like the law and other aspects, health and. It's crazy. Life is crazy. That's my new saying. I'm gonna start saying life is crazy every episode, and by like episode 100, I'm hoping to just put them all like life is crazy together, like just a full video of me just repeatedly saying life is crazy.
I love it.
So, do you ever have any like financial ups and downs in this business?
Oh man, I would say.
Is there ever a point where you're like, oh shit, I done messed up now?
I've been in some scary situations, but I've been very thankful to get it back. So I've been in I've been in some scary situations. So I first started doing what I do with my business stuff. I would say, knowing what I know, December of 2022 is when I first started this, and I would say I've only been in a bind maybe twice, but that same day I would make my money back from what I lost.
Wow.
So I'm blessed to say every time I go, I win at the casino.
Wow.
Every time, man. I know it sounds crazy, but God is good. I win every time I go to the casino.
Wow, man! I need to come with you to the casino.
We can make a trip, brother. We can make a trip one day. We can make a trip.
Yeah. So you said I can't just pull up with $100, so
you gotta roll, man.
Man, that one would hurt me.
Yeah.
My little salary butt would be like, I don't know, just be sad.
It's man. I had to save for a while, man, because it gets deep. Like there's certain machines that bet sizes are $25 to $50 a spin, and I'll play them.
Yeah,
I'll play them because I know the outcome. I'll be in a certain amount of money, but I'll profit a certain amount, and it could get scary, man. So I had to save up a bankroll for a little while, but I like living a healthy like lifestyle. Like twice a week is when I'll go. I like going because they give me free rooms, free food. I'll do that. I'll take advantage of what they give me, And and I'll get free play too. They give me free play, which they should.
What is free play?
Free play is like free slot play. So it's on the so me and some of the dudes that know what we're doing, they're like that they're giving us free play. It's like handing candy to a baby or
Oh my God, that sounds
like,
great.
yeah.
We like candy.
Yeah. So it's like we're getting basically we're already handed free play because we know what we know about the slot machines. So them giving that sometimes is like a double whammy, man. Like, thank you. We'll take
Why
it.
do they give it to y'all? Is it because they're familiar with you guys and they know y'all's faces and things like that?
Yeah, they know our faces, and we the money we put in throughout the day is a lot.
Ah, okay, I see.
So we get it back whether we win or lose or show wins or losses. The money we put in is a lot, bro. So they give us stuff back.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that's crazy. That's great. You know, and in their case, you know, it doesn't seem very business savvy, you know, but in your case, hallelujah, you know.
Hallelujah. You ain't lying.
So I guess just kind of getting off this whole method of what you do and kind of get into like the ethics and ideas on being a professional gambler.
Okay.
So do you run into like any social like challenges or stigmas against gambling as a professional?
Let's see. No, not really, brother.
Really? But I guess the moral of the story is you can't really pay attention to what people think about you or say or whatever, you know, just kind of keep on doing your thing. What about family? Family, I mean, you know, like what are their thoughts on you being a professional?
Yeah, they
I mean, does it like click with them?
no.
Ah.
No. So only my close family know. I try to keep my best with a low-key profile with it. I make my money. You know, like I said, God is good. I make my money and I go home, but like my close family do. Like not even all my friends know really what I do. I do play a little poker here and there. I do play a little bit of poker here and there.
That's what I was going to ask, if you played anything else besides the slots.
I do, but 95% of my money comes from the slot machines.
Wow.
So, but the people out there that don't know, I like keeping a low-key profile. I just tell them I play poker.
Yeah. I know that there is a full community that does kind of like, I don't know the terminology, so I apologize for that. But
okay.
But they do they run the blackjack. They're on the blackjack tables,
Yeah.
I guess they double down each time, and they end up coming home with a win. You know.
Yep.
I almost read a book about that one time, and I was like, nah, I better not. I better just save myself.
Yeah. Blackjack's scary, man. I'll tell you what. I've never had no luck on blackjack.
Really?
I lose my butt on blackjack. Yeah. Never had no luck. That's why I just stick to what I know, man. I stick to what I know.
Definitely don't try it on the cruise, because that's what got me.
Yeah. Nah, I can't.
Dude, speaking of, you just came back from a cruise, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun, man. It was fun. I had a great time. Me and one of my buddies went. We had a fun time, and they had slot machines on the cruise.
What? Any luck?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, I hit a jackpot on the cruise, man.
Dang.
Yeah. So I was on vacation and I made some money, so you can't complain about that.
Yeah, it's not vacation if you're making money. That's living a lifestyle, man.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir.
So, I guess before we close this thing out, do you have any advice to people that want to become a professional gambler?
Oh man. The advice I would give is, if you want to try to do something like this, you have to have a certain amount of bankroll saved up before you start. And if you don't have that, I would focus on doing something else before, getting another career start before. Like, thankfully, I was good at playing basketball. I built my career. I was able to play pro for a little bit. I had some money saved up from that. And then it was all God's plan. I went to Vegas for opportunity to play overseas. I had some offers go to Thailand, Greece, and all that, but the money wasn't really there. So I told them no, and then I just stayed playing in Beaumont for a couple years, and then I saved my money with that. And then, but from there, I picked up in Vegas. There was a group of people I just called on because I did like the gamble in general, but I wasn't ever an addict. You know, I like to have fun, and I called on certain slot machines. I was like, people are waiting on something. Like, what are they looking for? Like, they got to be looking for something. And from there, basically, I was like, they got to be looking for something. So when I started going to more casinos, it just clicked, man. And it took a while, but it's strategic. And I was never, I'll be honest, I was never like really smart in school. Like I was okay, but I never had no common sense. And my family messed with me that. But they're like, now they're like, no, you had some common sense to pick this up because this is crazy.
You can't be dumb and do what you do. So, that's a fact right there.
Yeah.
So how, one more question, then we can tie this thing up. So
Okay.
Are there any misconceptions about gambling that you want to clear up to the public?
Yeah, man. There's a little bit of misconception. You can go out there and have fun, just don't get carried away. Gambling's cool and it's fun, but you gotta set yourself to win or lose a certain amount. I wouldn't like you have to if you go in with $100 or less or whatever you want to, and I say I'll go have fun with those $100. Then go have fun. If you lose that, if you make more money, you double your money. From the people out there just like playing slides, you double your money, go home. Because you're going to lose, I guarantee you. From what I know, you're going to lose that $200. If you double 100, you're going to lose it like this.
Right.
So have fun, set money aside, and yeah, gambling, it's fine. You got to, but it starts here. It can become addicted for certain people out there. But if you know you have live have a healthy lifestyle outside of the casino, go have some fun sometimes, man. Why not? You know, why not?
Yeah, everything's really addictive. Really, I mean, food. You know, drugs. So, man, you know what I feel like you would do really good at is day trading.
Day trading, bro.
Yeah, have you ever tried it?
I've never tried it, bro.
Yeah, it's the same concept. You know, you obviously you buy low and sell high, but you know there's a strategic method to that too. And I think if you were to study up on it, I think you do pretty dang good.
I appreciate that, brother, because I want to continue and doing what I do because it's a blessing. It really is a blessing in disguise. I want to keep doing what I do until the wheels fall off with this. But I do want to start investing and putting back, and I want to have my own business. Like I used to play basketball, so I want to have my own like little basketball. I want to like facility, like maybe have even an AAU team even out here or something, because I have some connects out here when it comes to basketball. So
that would be awesome.
I want to save and put back money as much as I can and do that, bro. That's what I want to get back into it.
Wow, man, my nephew, he's I think he's in middle school right now, but I think 6th grade actually, and he's been practicing. I mean, for years, and man, he's cold now. Yeah, so shout out to my boy Austin.
There we go.
AB.
There we go. Keep it up, Austin.
Yeah, man, he's cold though. You'll if they're about to start playing some games over here in Houston, so if that's something that you could always go over there and make some connections, because he has it's a pretty well-rounded team. You know, it's young, but they won't be young their whole life. You know, so you never know, man. Well, Mr. Jase Miguez, where can people find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on Instagram at Jase Miguez. Just Jase Miguez, I was thinking.
I'll tag it in. I
was thinking of my old one because I had an old one and it got hacked. I had to make a new IG recently.
I'm over here thinking. I was thinking, man, if somebody asked me where can they find me, like besides Spacejumper podcast, I don't know what my regular one is. Like, but anyways, Mr. Jase, thank you for coming today, and thank you for sharing a little bit of what it is that you do, and we'll run it back, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.